I'm the Dollar Sportsman. Thank you guys for watching. This is an impromptu video because I was thinking about it. This right here is an AR pistol, which if you do not know, it just means it is short and has a brace on it. That's pretty much it. Call it a carbine. Most military guys call these things carbines. Any AR is carbine to them. It's just how it is. So I need to put a scope on this of some sort. And I was thinking to myself, for the purposes of a short barrel AR, this is an 11.5-inch barrel. I'm doing some other upgrades to this, and I will show you in great detail in another video coming soon what I'm doing. But in the meantime, with the purposes of this, what optic am I going to put on it? So I've got three options that I just wanted to show you very quickly. You can see it's night. I'm just in my house. So we'll have to take these to the range and show you in more detail another time. But first, I've got the primary optics red dot. We're going to go beginner, intermediate, expert, or budget. Actually, they're all pretty good budget. They're all budget-friendly options, okay? So I've got the primary arms. This is their original red dot, not upgraded. It's just basic. It's got your standard windage and everything adjustments that you would have in anything else. It has 11 brightness levels. It does get very bright, and the nice thing about this particular one is the fact that it is a 2 MOA red dot. Personally, I believe that a red dot needs to be tight, because if you're engaging at distance and you need precision marks, and that's my thing, guys. I'm all about precision shooting. You have to be able to get that precision mark on target as precise as possible. 5 MOA dot is going to cover 5 inches at 100 yards, right? So if you're just totally close quarters, then it doesn't really matter that much. The bigger the better, because the brighter the better in your face. You can engage your target, you're good. But if you're ever going to shoot at distance, you need something a little more precise, and that's what I like to do. So this is a 2 MOA red dot. These things go for $100. You can see it comes with a mount. This thing is awesome. I like it. The one thing, I made a mistake in this, is that it came with a pad between the optic itself and the mount. I removed that pad, and now no matter how tight I screw it, it's got a little bit of wiggle in it. So that's the one thing negative that I could say about this. Otherwise, it really is a fantastic little optic. Allows for both your eyes wide open, and it works great. I do like it, except for that little wiggle aspect, which I think can be mitigated. I just need to work on that a little bit. Next up, if you're going to go a little higher in budget, only $50 more, is the Sig Romeo5. And the reason why I went with this particular optic is because it has shake to awake. It is also a 2 MOA reticle, or dot, just like this one. But anytime you pick up your weapon, it automatically turns on. So this is phenomenal for close range or home defense specifically, because if someone comes in at night, you're not going to want to be flubbing around with trying to flip something on or worrying about any of that, right? You just want to pick up your rifle and engage your target, right? It's important. It's important to be able to go fast, go quick, take care of the threat, and then you're good to go. You can do that with the Romeo 5. 2 MOA, the battery life lasts forever. It's a really good optic. It's very clear. I highly recommend it. $150. Now, suppose you do want to build one of these to go the distance, right? And I believe that if you're going to build an AR pistol, you're probably not putting a scope, a full-size scope on it. You're probably not intending to engage targets at critically long distances. 11.5-inch barrel, 10.5-inch barrel, it's not really designed for that. So that's why I'm going over red dots rather than regular scopes. Well, here is the middle ground. Primary arms, once again, really nailed it. And guys, I've done a ton of research on these. I've heard a whole lot of stuff, and this is the one that I went with because it's still a red dot. You can still look down, both eyes open, and you can have every advantage that you would normally have with a red dot, except for the fact that it has a reticle on it, bullet drop compensation, BDC reticle. They call it their ACSS reticle, and it is a brilliant design because when you look down this, you get, here, let me show you on the box. You get this. And that top chevron is going to be your aim point for 50 and 200 yards. That's where you sight in. The bottom in the dead middle of the chevron is 300 yards, and the bottom of the chevron is 400 yards. And what's more is that it comes with this ranging option on the bottom that shows you 200, 300, and 400 yards for an average 5'11" man. You put their feet at the bottom, you put their head at the top, and wherever it lands, you can see how far away they are. That is brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. Plus, you can see that these lines are different sizes because it represents the standard 18-inch shoulder width of a man at those distances. So at 200 yards, a man is going to be about that wide, 300 about that wide, and 400 about that wide as you look down your scope. Some engineer somewhere deserves a huge promotion for that. I hope they got a bonus when they came up with that idea, because that's really brilliant for really any scope, and they have an entire series of scopes that have that reticle. It's etched in. That's nifty. So you do not actually need illumination on this at all to use it. So if you are going to go into the zombie apocalypse and you're building your zombie apocalypse gun, or with whatever you need that pistol for, you never have to worry about batteries with this. And in fact, you don't even need backup sights unless something happens to your scope. It's always a good idea to have backup sights, but with the red dots, you need something like a flip-up backup sight or the standard sight that comes on some several ARs. I don't like having that personally. I like the M4 style, so the rail is flat all the way up beyond the gas block. That's how I prefer it, but you can get them that have the front sights on the gas block and then you just need a rear sight. That's fine and dandy. That's not how I run though. But with this, once you mount this on, because it is etched in, the reticle is always there. If you lose battery, you do not lose your point of aim. That's a game changer. So this one is, let's see, how much was this? $239. So after tax, it was $258 total. So it's the most expensive of the three, but because of the fact that you never have to worry about batteries, that's why I went with it, because wherever you are, you're always going to be in command of your sight picture. And it's a good thing. The one gripe that a lot of people have had with this particular optic is that it does not get exceptionally bright. As I turn it on now, highest power level, it's plenty bright for at night, but if I put it in the light, it completely disappears. Looking at my bulb here, in the daytime, you're still not going to see that light. That is a major disadvantage, but in the daytime, you don't need it. Do you understand? Etched reticle. You got plenty of light, flip that light off, save your battery power, and you've got the standard reticle that you can still see, and you're ready to go. Yeah, I like that. Now, all of these optics are built pretty tough. Aside from the wiggle on this one, they're really, really good. If you've seen any other reviews of these online, you can tell that you can bang these things up and they just keep on ticking. And that is very, very important if you're building a pistol that you're going to be running around. You got to be able to be rough with and not worry about your sight falling off or being destroyed or anything. And then you really will need a backup sight. $100. 2 MOA dot, excellent battery life. This thing is awesome. I think it's fantastic. $100. $150. Also 2 MOA dot, also excellent battery life, but shake to awake. So, someone coming into your house, you're ready to go. $240 before taxes. This has the etched reticle, so you don't even have to worry about batteries, and you can range out to 400 yards, from 50 to 400. I mean, really 0 to 400. Anything is possible with this one. I'm impressed. I am the Dollar Sportsman. Thank you guys very much for watching. I want you to tell me which of these three optics do you like best? What do you want? What is your purpose with your AR? And what are you trying to build? And let me know in the comments below, because I like to talk guns. I'm a gun nut. That's what I do. That's what I do. It's how we roll. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate your viewership. I'm going to go to bed now because it's late, but I couldn't get this off my mind. So I figured I'd share it with you too. You all stay safe out there. Train, 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 and be prepared, okay? I'll see you next time. That's pretty comfortable. Woohoo! Let's give it a shot. Or 2 or 60. We're in bug territory. Yes! Wow. I'm the dollar sportsman. Yes, I'm the dollar sportsman. I'm the dollar sportsman. Having fun out here. I just enjoy all of this. Because after watching these videos, I hope you do. Yeah, buddy.